So this is actually homemade chicken broth. A couple weeks ago I made some chicken, and then I took the bones and made homemade chicken broth out of the bones. It's paint on my arm. And I let it like cook in the slow cooker for like, I don't know, a whole day and a half with onions. So, so this is actually homemade chicken broth from bones, or yeah. I don't know if I'm saying that correct. I have a feeling I'm saying this wrong, but it's in the morning time, so I can't think. But this is made out of chicken bones. Then I have Italian sausage, which I like to buy in bulk. I buy this stuff all the time. And then I'm going to dice up a yellow onion. I'm making Olive Garden's copycat. I can't say it. You know what I'm talking about. It's the kale and the potato soup and sausage from Olive Garden. Anyways, that's what I'm making. I'll look up the name and then it'll be in the description. So, and this fried up, kind of make a base, and then I have to go to Target and get Kale and the heavy whipping cream. So, yeah, I think this is going to be really good. I've made it one time before, and Titus is not a big soup person, but he really liked the soup. Titus isn't a big soup person, but he really likes, when I made this, I remember he was like, this is really good. So I'm going to try making it again. It's kind of nippy outside for California. So I was like, oh, another fall soup. So that's what I'm going to make today, is soup. And then the girls and I will have it for leftovers for church tomorrow, because Titus is working day shift. So, yeah. I have the sausage cooking right now. As soon as this is done, I'm going to take the sausage, add it to my stock pot, and then saute my onions and a little bit of this grease. And I'll add about, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons of the grease to the soup. And that's going to be a little bit of bacon grease and a little bit of sausage grease. So I'm just improvising this recipe just a bit. Okay, I've got my sausage out, and now my onions are just going to saute up in a little bit of this grease. And then I'll add it to the sausage I've already got in here, and then that way when I get home from the store with my ingredients, I'll just finish up the rest. So you can see my red pepper flakes in there. Okay, I just added flour, and I'm just kind of incorporating this in so it won't like clump up in this soup that I'm making. So that way, this will be the thickening part for my soup, which the half and half and heavy whipping cream will help thicken it as well. Flour, onion, garlic, and spicy sausage. And just got back from Target I went to lunch with my sister and my friend Mandy, who we met up a couple months ago because she's a traveling nurse, and we see each other in Target. Long story short, she's been here for like 3 months, and I went to lunch with her and my sister, and I didn't even cross my mind to vlog. Yeah, so I didn't get any of that. But then we went to Target, and I came home. I got the girls some really cute t-shirts for, like, you know, like older looking t-shirts for Vivian, because she's kind of getting to where she wants to look a little bit older. So I got her some of those. Got my kale. I have my beef homemade chicken bone broth in here, and then I added some water, so I'm bringing that to a boil. I couldn't remember if the recipe called for like yellow potatoes or red potatoes, so I just did red. And let me roll my sleeves up. Sorry, I still have a head cold. it dropped in the 80s here in California, so now my body is like, went from hot to extremely hot to the 80s. Anyways, I'm not sure how I want to cut my potatoes. I don't know if I want them little rounds or like little chunks. I think I'm just gonna cut the ends off and then just cut them like in thin rounds, I think. So about like that. So not too thin, not too thick. Kind of a big potato to eat, so I'll probably cut those in half. I don't want them so thin they disintegrate as they boil, but I don't want them so thick that they don't cook up easy too. But we had a really nice day today. I don't get to see Mandy too much because she visits my sister's church when she's here, and I obviously go to a different church, so it was nice to be able to see her and spend some time with her. She's super sweet, and I feel like I've known her my whole life. She's one of those people that make you feel special and loved, and she's a genuinely sweet person. I love her. I think that's how I'm gonna cut them, you guys. Just kind of like halves. I haven't made this recipe in probably 5 years, but when I made it, Titus loved it. He was like, and he's not a soup person, but he was like, that's good. So I thought perfect for fall. It actually felt like fall here in California. This morning it was like cool. I had all the doors open, windows, felt good. So I thought, oh, this would be a perfect time to experiment with this soup again. Super easy, super quick. Violet last night started coughing like I had a couple weeks ago. And I had put eucalyptus on her from Young Living. I was diffusing eucalyptus and RC from Young Living. But about 5 o'clock, she started coughing and coughing and coughing. So I put more eucalyptus on her, which would have took effect. But I must have dozed off because her dad was leaving for work, and she got up and she's like, Dad, I can't sleep. So he gave her some Advil. He said she felt a little warm, but so she came home she came to bed, and I think the oil kicked in and the Advil might have helped. So she feels a little bit better. She slept. I added my potatoes. There's onion, homemade chicken bone broth, water. I'll add some maybe chicken bouillon if needed. And my potatoes are cut to about that size. I added for seasoning garlic salt, a little bit of basil, and those I just got out. And I, not pictured, but I added granulated onion, and then salt and pepper. And I've heard if you put your wooden spoon over a pot, it won't boil over. So I don't know if it works, but I do it. All right, my potatoes are done boiling. I took it off the hot burner because I'm fixing to add my creams, and I'm always afraid my creams are gonna scorch, but I'm just gonna kind of push this down in. This is about 5 cups of kale, but once it cooks in, it's like nothing. It's crazy. Like goes down to like just a little bit of green in your soup. So I'm gonna put the lid on and just kind of let this sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna put my creams in. Not really following the recipe. I'm not really following the recipe. I'm just kind of tweaking it to how I just want to do it. But the 2 tablespoons of flour I put in previously when I cooked the onion totally thickened it up perfect. And so when I add my heavy whipping cream in half and half, it's going to thicken it up even more. It calls for whole milk, but I'm just using half and half. I think it's going to make it richer. So I'm going to let this kale kind of seep in and cook, and then I'm going to put it back on, let it simmer, or bring it to a really low simmer, add my creams, let it set, taste it, and then if it needs more seasoning, then I'll just do that. I always season, let it set, season, back and forth. That way, when something's cooking, I feel like the flavors kind of infuse better and as they set. So, all right, let this kale set. Okay, it's barely simmering. It's on low. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my half and half, and I'm just gonna guess. I'm not gonna sit here and measure out 3 cups. I would think that this is about, I don't know. I'm just gonna go to what I think I should go to. And I did the whole thing. Oh, you can see the red pepper flakes. Looks good, you guys. A half a cup of heavy whipping cream. And it's the perfect consistency, I think. I'll let it kind of just cook in. The kale has to cook down a little bit more. Plenty of meat and potato. Oops, it's hanging on for dear life. All right, I'm gonna let this cook up and then taste it and then season if I feel like it. I went all the way to Target to look to see if they had magnolia paint because I think I finally decided on a paint color for the girls' room and I totally forgot to even check. And I forgot to buy Parmesan cheese to put on top of the soup. So luckily I have like a cheese garlic, I bought cheese garlic curds. So I just kind of, what do you call it? Grated those down and I'll add that to the top of the soup. So it'll be good. And then I have fresh sourdough bread with butter to put on top. I'll make some tea and that's dinner. At Target, these are new, and I told Mandy, I was like, I would buy these just for the packaging, and she's like, that's why they packaged them like that. I was like, yeah, I know. But these are so, like, they look cool and fun to use. They smell so good. They're just total wash conditioning beads, and if you're like a organic health nut, you won't like these, but I like all natural when it comes to like medicines and things like that, but I like nice laundry stuff, so I like it to smell good. It smells so good. And it'll look fun too. I'll let you guys know if I like them or not. So I got that today.